You're looking at the best bilge pump switches you can buy. You get the Ultra Junior on the left, the Ultra Senior on the right. 5-year warranty on the Junior, 10-year on the Senior. I'm not sure why there's a difference there. I know that the big difference between the Junior and the Senior are the 2 extra wires on the Senior here on the right for the float switch high water alarm. You can run that to the alarm on your boat and be notified if you've got a high water issue. So we're going to take a look at these and give you some information about it. Hopefully you might find it useful. Now, I picked these up from National Supply Direct, not advertising them per se. I just found that they had good prices, so I'm passing it along. Gave me a 10% off code. They have another one for new customers you can use as well. Price on the Junior, which is this one here, was $105, and then the Senior was $126. That was after the 10% off, and shipping wasn't bad. There was no tax, so it really wasn't a too expensive of a purchase, and it's a very key safety item to have on your boat. Many boats have the very cheap plastic float switches, companies like Rule, and they're just not very good. They're not going to last. A lot of people forget to check their bilge pump switches. You can reach down, grab it with a coat hanger or a hook of some kind, pull up on them, see if they're working, and you should be testing those, especially if you've got those cheap ones. Or you just put these ultras in and you pretty much don't have to worry about them because they just work and they last. So let's take a look at the construction and see how these work. So got a bunch of holes in the bottom. You got holes on the side here, the top and the bottom, and the water comes in, float rides up, and that'll trip your sensor, turn on your bilge pump, and you'll pump the water out. And you can take a look at the connectors. They're very high quality. The wiring is, it's oil and petroleum and gasoline and diesel proof. These are heat shrink butt connectors already on here. You'll want to make sure, as they tell you in the directions, that you use quality crimpers made for crimping heat shrink butt splices. Reason for that is, if you use the wrong crimping tool, you're going to put a hole in here. That's going to compromise the integrity. You're going to allow moisture and corrosion is going to happen. So use a good quality crimping tool that's made for heat shrink butt splices. You can get those online. They're about, I don't know, $30-40 for a somewhat decent one. And then you hit this with your heat gun, shrink it down, and you're good to go. You can go through and replace all those old crappy plastic switches on your boat with these bad boys. So it comes with a clamp, and you can see here how they mount. Basically just clamp it up to your bilge pump. Very easy to install. You're not going to have to take up your pump and deal with any of the mounting or anything like that. Just piggyback it onto your pump, throw the old crappy float switch away, do your wiring, do it right so it's not going to corrode, and you're good to go. And we're going to look at size of these because they are quite big, and you may be concerned if you have a smaller bilge compartment if they're going to fit. They also make a mini. I haven't tried the mini, but I do always put these on my boats. So let me get my other hand free. Alright, so these are about 6.5 inches tall. So if you've got that much clearance, you should be fine. And as for the diameter, they are about 2.5 inches in diameter. And those are the normal size ones. Obviously the minis are much smaller. And give you a nice manual here. I will put a link to this so you guys can check it out. It tells you all about how to wire it, all that good stuff. And that's the Ultra Switch. So I definitely recommend putting these in your boat. Place those crappy ones with some good ones. And put in a high water alarm, because if you have a through hull fail, you want to be notified as soon as possible that you have an issue with water coming in the boat. And then that's what the Senior is going to allow you to do. You're not going to have to install a separate switch for high water alarm. It's all integrated into float switch. You just send those wires out to your favorite buzzer and you're good to go. So what I'm going to be doing is putting the Senior here on the right in my engine compartment of my Carolina Classic 32, and the Junior is going to go in the aft bilge area. Now I have another bilge area in the forward compartment, which I'm going to be doing that at a later time. It's not as important. Don't usually get anything up there. Definitely these two, and I'll be notified if I've got any type of high water issue. I can be assured that I have the highest quality float switches, and it's going to be a safer boat, I feel like. So I hope you found that helpful. Thanks for watching.